The tavern seemed to offer a safe place, a sanctuary for that traveler.
And only the unluckiest customers will receive the house specialty.
One of the travelers who came to the Bender Tavern, not long after the family had set up there, was a man named W.F. McCrotty. And he was, like so many other travelers at the time, carrying quite a bit of money with him as he was heading west. He was getting ready to start a new life.
Come on in.
Well, McCrotty came inside, asked for some food, and Kate directed him to a table to sit down,
Head of the table.
steering him right to his seat.
What is your name, sir?
Because the seat he found himself in was facing the doorway, but with that canvas curtain running along behind him.
William, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Have to excuse me, I'm helping my mother get dinner ready.
Which I think for anyone would have been a little unnerving.
Help yourself to anything. My mother will be out soon with some stew.
Eager to make a positive impression on their first guest, McCrotty receives the royal treatment.
Is your wife meeting you out here later?
Mom was the kitchen, cooking dinner and serving the coffee and making sure the traveler had everything they needed.
You're not married?
No, ma'am.
Kate engaged him during the meal,
No, ma'am.
trying to find out more about him and why he was traveling through on the Osage Trail.
So, what brings you this way? Are you out here visiting some family?
Kate discovers that there's much about McCrotty to be admired.
Kate was in tune with how prosperous men looked. She could size up a man without asking him too many questions.
No, ma'am. All business right now.
Was this a man who was going to be buying a new home? Was he going to be buying a parcel of land? Was he delivering money to a relative? These were all things that were key to her plan.
To expand my cattle ranch.
That's gonna be expensive. How are you gonna pay for that?
No, I'm just.
McCrotty keeps talking, and Kate is certain he's just what the family is looking for.
What he did not realize, behind the curtain, Pa waited with hammer in hand.
I have a cattle ranch back east, so
Interesting.
money's not an issue.
Once Kate gave the signal, well, then everything that happened inside the cabin was just about to change.
Having received the signal, Paul crept out very quietly.
With McCrotty's back to Pa, the hammer came down, and he was rendered unconscious. Kate walked around the back of the table, grabbed his hair, exposing his neck, and took the knife and plunged it deep into his neck.
After Kate delivers the coup de grace, the entire family emerges from the shadows.
Once McCrotty was dead in a pool of blood on the floor, the family descended in a feeding frenzy onto his body. Everything of wealth was stripped away.
In every family business, everyone has their job to do. Only in this case, the family business was murder.
The plan had gone like clockwork, and now the Benders have a body to dispose of.
They dropped the body into the cellar, and John went out back and dug a hole. Pa and John together pulled the body up out of the cellar, dragged it out back, threw it in the hole, and covered it up. It was only hours after McCrotty had arrived, and there was no evidence that he'd ever been there.